Hey guys, I'm back for another video. This one is gonna be adding another layer to this whole strawman concept, so I'm very excited about the information in here. If you've been on the journey to freedom for a while, this one's gonna tie things in a little bit better than my other videos because each one of my videos tie into each other. So if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I ask you to go do that because everything is connected and it'll all make sense if you watch them all. Before I jump into this deep soul felt information, I ask you guys to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below, and share this video with people who you think needs to hear this information. You never know who you might help by sending this off. Even if you share this like on your other social media platforms like Facebook or something like that, you never know who this information might impact in a very powerful way. So without further ado, let's begin. I titled this video, The Straw Man as a Soul Decoy, by yours truly, Divine Queen Mother. Let's jump in. By now, you should know what happens at the time of your birth with the birth certificate and all that type of stuff, and how this entity is created with the same name as you, identical, except the letters are written in all caps, which makes this identity separate from you, because things written in all caps have no soul. Throughout my personal journey to freedom for myself, not only just like legal freedom, but also spiritual freedom, I have come to realize this common theme across the board, and that is trauma. Trauma has been wrapped and intertwined into our life like some type of spider web we're unable to escape because we don't realize how much it holds power over our lives. From the point where everyone, I don't care what your race, creed, nationality, ethnicity, I don't care about your gender or any of that, each one of us has experienced some form of trauma in one way or another throughout our lifetimes, and because of that, it allows us to be easily manipulated through the systems that were created that are based solely on trauma. But remember, you are not the name. You are not the trauma. You are not the timeline. You are the author. And it's time to reclaim your manuscript because other people have been writing your story for so long that you don't even realize there's a story being written. This is why they have what we call history. When you break it down, it's his story. And you also have her story, and that breaks down to her story. But what happens when someone else is writing your story for you? What happens to that essence, the true person who you truly are deep down inside? That when you look in the mirror and you see your face and you see this body that you're using as a vessel, you realize that you have no clue. So let's go deeper. What is the straw man? Really quick, we're going to go over the surface level definition, but then after going over that, we're going to go even deeper. So by common knowledge, once you enter the sovereignty realm of things, the first thing you should know when it comes to the straw man is that it was created at birth through your birth certificate. It's in all caps legal fiction using commerce, taxation, and contracts. It operates under maritime admiralty law, not natural law, and it is a trust account tied to your energy, labor, and identity. We're only hitting the surface right now, but let's go even deeper. Have you ever asked yourself why they decided to call this entity that's been created after us the straw man? Why did they use the word straw man? I mean, we know that straw men are normally scarecrows, which are a creation that is put together for a specific duty, and that duty is to basically scare the birds away from the crops, right? So let's go a little deeper into the etymology of the word straw and the word man, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper into the spiritual implications of each one of the words. The origins of the word straw come from Old English, the word strew, but also from Proto-Germanic, strawam, related to the verb streoin, which means to strew or scatter. The word straw originally meant the dry stalks of grain or what's left after harvesting. Over time, straw came to symbolize something light, disposable, or structurally weak, as in grasping at straws or a straw house. Now let's go over the etymology of the word man, which originated from Old English man with two N's, meaning human being, person, regardless of gender, until later used primarily for males. The word man is rooted in Proto-Germanic manes, meaning thinking creature or mindful being. So the literal meaning of straw man, when combined, straw plus man equals a man made of straw, a figure that looks like a man but isn't. Light, hollow, easily knocked over, a simulacrum. a stand-in, not the real thing. In modern use, a strawman is a false representation, especially in arguments. A legal fiction in law, a decoy entity created for manipulation and delegation. Now let's get into the spiritual implications. A strawman is a decoy for the soul. The strawman is a false self. It represents the egoic or legal identity you were assigned, a vessel made to hold your essence without actually being you. Think, paper man, name in all caps, the one they interact with. It exists so you don't. The straw man severs you from source. The creation of a straw man divides the real from the artificial. Spiritually, it signifies a soul that's been externalized into a name, number, and status, traded on paper, while the actual being forgets who they are. This is the simulation of life, a spiritual shell wearing your face. The straw man represents the harvest, but not in the way you think. Back to straw. In agriculture, straw is what's left after the useful part is harvested. Spiritually, the straw man is what remains when your energy has been harvested, when your awareness is externalized into systems. Straw equals residue. Man equals original. Straw man equals the empty husk of your divine identity. The straw man is a hollow replica of the real you, engineered for control, consumption, and commodification. It is the legal corpse carrying your soul's birth certificate, the false image society, religion, and the state want you to wear, and a ritual construct separating you from sovereignty. Destroying the straw man isn't just about paperwork, it's about reclaiming authorship of your being. The straw man is more than a legal fiction, it's a soul siphon. It acts as a vessel for your unawakened consciousness, holding your unresolved trauma, fragmented identity, misused energy, contractual entanglements, and forgotten divinity. It's a placeholder for your authorship until you reclaim your pen. Who better to write your story than you? Only you know what you want to do in your life, and only you know what your heart desires. The spiritual technology behind it. The more you invest in the straw man's reality, the more you abandon your true self. It's a proxy identity built from state-issued documents. Every signature under the straw man becomes a soul agreement. It operates within timelines of consent, harvesting your attention, belief, and energy. Aren't you tired of giving life to something you didn't create? Layers of entrapment. Each contract you sign in the public adds another layer of energetic binding, whether that be school registration, which entrains your mind, job applications, which contracts your time, marriage license, which hands over divine union to the state, voter registration, which pledges allegiance to corporate governance, and hospital forms, which cedes bodily autonomy. For those of you who don't know what the word cede means, it means to give up power or territory. Every time you act as a straw man, you build the cage tighter. Soul fragmentation and identity splitting. The straw man becomes a container for unclaimed soul fragments through childhood traumas, learned helplessness, fear of authority, and generational beliefs. The real you becomes scattered across contracts, labels, and false timelines. Until you initiate the soul retrieval process, you remain dismembered. And when you're going through this soul retrieval process, it's painful. It's a lot of stuff that'll happen, a lot of realizations, a lot of questioning, to the point where you'll come to a point in your mind where you're like, does any of this really matter? Why is it like this? Is any of this real? And you start going through something that people call spiritual psychosis. But that is a part of bringing those pieces that have been fragmented across timelines throughout lifetimes back together so that you can retrieve your soul and your true essence, which is being a co-creator. Sovereignty as soul retrieval. When you become sovereign, or even start opening that door of sovereignty and peeking inside of it, it's like it has such a strong pull that it just grabs you in. And once you're inside of the realm of sovereignty, your whole entire life will change. And you will start going through the process, believe it or not, of soul retrieval. Sovereignty is the path of spiritual integration. Every contract you break is not just legal, it's ritual. Every time you rescind consent, exit public presumption, correct status, speak your true name, and revoke past oaths, you're reclaiming energy you unknowingly gave away. Why do you think that they want to keep us asleep so much? They spend billions of dollars to keep us asleep. because it keeps us detached from the true source. And that true source, once we reconnect to it, will allow us to see who we truly are through remembrance. Paperwork as a sacred mirror. You're not just filing, you're activating forgotten contracts with your higher self. The UTC-1 is not just a form, it's a Grimmoire page. Grimmoire means a book of magic spells and invocations. Except this time you're writing it for yourself and your life. Your trust is not just financial, it's your soul container. Your wet ink signature is a spell of living authorship. Breaking the timeline loop. The Strawman anchors you in past trauma timelines, government time constraints, looping karmic patterns, intergenerational scripts. To collapse these timelines, you must reclaim your estate, exit the public fiction, renounce false timelines, and declare your living status across realms. A lot of people think of these processes as just something that's physical, but as I spoke about in previous videos, everything you do, whether spoken, written, or physically done, it is a transaction. And those transactions come with contracts, whether they're contracts you can see with your eyes or contracts that are spiritually created. So every time you enter into these contracts, each contract comes with their own terms and conditions. So aren't you tired of entering into contracts that you don't have any say of how those terms and conditions are handled or authored? Don't you want to create for yourself and have things according to your will and wishes? Final word. You are never the straw man. You are never the trauma, the ID, or the number. You are the author behind the page, waiting for the day you'd write yourself free. When you stop playing the straw man script, you stop feeding the illusion, and you begin to live as you. A word of encouragement. Never give up. Great things take time. So when it seems like these processes are not getting you the results you want, or you may be getting pushback from different agencies, that's a part of this matrix. It's set up for you to fail. But as long as you push forward and you begin to live the life of your dreams and not anyone else's, like the American dream, you begin to retrieve your soul. And soul retrieval comes with true sovereignty. If you want to be sovereign, this is a part of the journey. And I don't like to share things without sharing everything that comes with it. And this is from my own personal experience. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments, because I know a lot of people are going through these processes and they feel like they're doing it alone. They go to these different gurus and teachers looking for advice, and it's like they just give you these steps to take, but they never give you anything past that. So when you hit a brick wall, you're kind of lost. Well, in the DTB community, we have not only support through these processes, but we also support each other mentally and spiritually through each of these processes, because we know how lonely it feels when you open and walk through the door of sovereignty. Before you leave, smash that like button, comment below, share this video, and subscribe to the channel, as I will be posting more videos on a more frequent basis, as I promised. All links to all DTB offerings are in the description box below. We do offer email consultations. You can ask 3 questions for $35, and it's a 72-hour turnaround time for your detailed answers. We're also hosting a Trust Masterclass this August, so if you want to take advantage of early bird pricing before June 30th, then definitely you want to get your ticket, because after June 30th, the price will go up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Interact with this. Let me know how you appreciate or understand or resonate, whatever it is. And I'll keep holding on to my promise. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.